I realized that for chronic overthinkers like me or chronic overanalyzers of any situation, journaling something out and being able to almost read it back can in itself make you realize how small certain issues are. It's also it's almost like a progress tracker as well, because now the best part of journaling that I can take back is when Reach 2024 was journaling. I'm in I'm like now Reach Kurata in Australia in 2025 is reaping the benefits, because we sometimes underrate ourselves because we're never able to properly see the progress we make, even in a week or in a month or in a year. But when we're able to journal our thoughts down, those thoughts are resonant or representative of a certain point in your life. It's hard to, as me now, to retrace my thoughts back in 2024, but because I wrote them down, those are permanently written on my book. So now when I read them back, I'm like, wow, I've or like, and this is not for me to say we shouldn't have big dreams or big aspirations, but there's certain points where like you can take a lot of satisfaction knowing that you're in a better place than you were at certain points. Like the issues that I was having back then, not that they were deep, but were a lot. I would not want those issues now, because at one point I remember I was journaling a month before I started the podcast, and it was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I feel like I'm not doing much. Do I start a business? And I'm like, there's literally my business ideas written down, and I was going through it, and it's like, you can look back at it now. I'm like, damn. Like, even though my podcast is at 160 subs, my highest viewed video is a K, which is gas-ish, kind of. Not, now, you know what? It is gas a bit, but it's like, damn. Like, maybe in the viewership, it's not what I expected, but at the same time, I've got something in itself that at least I'm working towards something. And sometimes we struggle to give ourselves credit for those little things, and I think journaling allows us to do that. I mean, it's hard for me to look at like saying, hey, there's pros and cons, because all I low-key see is pros. I would give cons if I was here saying journaling will change your life for 99 times the better, but I don't see any negatives with doing it. I think it's a brilliant thing in itself. I think journaling allows you to track your progress in a way where sometimes we are our biggest critics, and it's weird because we're our biggest critics, and then when it comes to compliments or areas of times where we need satisfaction, that's where we struggle to find the source, or we struggle to find it within ourselves. So it's lovely when other people say to ourselves. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world when other people give us a compliment. But there's something very intrinsically satisfying about knowing that you've done something on your own, and you're able to give yourself credit for that. It's just very nice to have that. And then beyond the fact that journaling is a progress tracker, it's almost this is where I'm gonna get into the teenage stuff, like that teenage stigma. It is a very, very nice way to get out your frustrations, because I have this kind of thing that I follow, which is like I try not to hold grudges for other people or myself. The myself part is the hardest, but I try not to hold grudges for other people, because there's no point in wasting time and energy on something. And I did this episode with Will Keep It Real. I think it was episode 10 or 11, one of them. And one thing, I try to take one thing out of each episode I record. The biggest thing I took from that episode was this idea of forgiveness, because forgiveness for me used to be about, oh, just forgetting what someone did, and just like, or even yourself forgetting what you did and just treating someone the same. Forgiveness is almost like a self thing for me now. Not everyone needs to agree with this, but when I forgive someone, it's not like, hey, I don't remember what you did anymore. I don't. It's more just like, hey, I remember what you did, but on my side, I don't have the time and energy to deal with that anymore. I accept it for what it is. It's more like I forgive you is more like a sense of I no longer have anger for it. I'm no longer going to spend my own time dealing with it because it's out of my grasp. And I think that acceptance is what forgiveness is. The reason I bring that up is I think journaling allows that forgiveness to occur at a faster rate or a more efficient rate, because it's all well and good showing your frustrations out on someone, but at the end of the day, it's what are you doing? You're just bringing on hate on this world for no apparent reason. Not to get like deep, but what's the point? And there's something satisfying getting your frustration. I've used the word satisfying a lot, so maybe I need to expand on my vocabulary. This is why I need to do more solo pods. Who knows? But there's something very fulfilling about getting your frustrations out on a piece of paper when you don't want to chat shit about or to someone else who may judge you for it. Because realistically, the only person that can judge you for chatting shit when you're on a piece of paper is yourself. And what I've actually realized is sometimes when you get that out on a piece of paper, two things can happen. One thing is you're like, damn, thank God I didn't say that to someone else. Like, fucking hell, thank shit for that. And the second one is, how ridiculous is that? Like, am I really holding a grudge? I was going to hold a grudge over for that. Like, the fact that you can visualize what you're getting angry for allows you to start coping and accepting it. And I forgot what book I read this in, but I remember Abe Lincoln, and for my fellow people who are not American, like not patriots, Abe Lincoln is an American president during the Civil War. I remember Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War, and especially in wartime, whenever his commander, I think one of the times his commander like fluffed off a battle somewhere, he screwed up a battle somewhere, some idiotic move, right? Abe would write countless letters with rage, everything this man has done wrong. Like this commander that has screwed up Lincoln's plan in war, he would write it out with complete, I don't even know what slurs he was. This guy was going crazy, writing everything down. And I remember after Lincoln passed, they found these letters, but they were never sent. The people that these letters were responding to, at least, or supposed to be sent to, were never sent by Lincoln. And Lincoln didn't write these letters in order to actually to make the other person feel bad. It was more to almost visualize what it would be like, because he knew that, and realistically, what good is he going to get out of making someone feel bad for his own frustrations? Because you might get satisfaction from it in the short term, but realistically, you're still going to be coping and handling that anger. Just because it sometimes it hurts when the person that's hurt you gets over it quicker than you. So the best way to almost react to someone hurting you can just be accepting it yourself. So yeah, that's my main two things with journaling. It's a progress tracker. You can mention your goals, your aspirations, even your current status, which I think everyone should do. I treat journaling now as something I do now and then. I probably should go back to it now that I'm saying it every day, just because maybe Reach in 2026 would be then able to see how he was doing, and then I can give myself credit for back then. But yeah, you can mention your goals, your trackers. You can see how you were half a year ago, even a month ago. And yeah, because of that, you're allowed to then start rating yourself more. And I think the biggest critic we have is ourselves. So try to take away that critic by being able to give yourself credit. I think journaling does that. And obviously the second one is getting rid of your frustrations.